So Sen Lakshya versus Kenta Nishimoto. Sen Lakshya defeated Low Kinyu. Watch my yesterday's prediction video where I discussed one thing, that you cannot predict these two players. You cannot predict Low Kinyu. You cannot predict Sen Lakshya. When you can say that they will win a tournament and they will lose one day after that. And this is the thing. Yesterday's Low Kinyu's gameplay, I don't get one thing, that why you are doing so many casual shots. Like for an example, first 9 or 8 shots, I will say that release and everything, around 8 all or 11-8 scores. Lokinu was looking good, both players were looking good, both were getting some good points, both were performing their level best. Of course, I was not impressed because they were just finishing the release in 3 or 4 shots. After 11-8 scores, when Sen Lakshya was just 3 points away, Lokinu just did so many casual shots. And this is the thing that I discussed in my yesterday's video too, that Lokinu is going through some, I will say that, up and downs. This is what I discussed in my yesterday's video too, where I told you that Lokinu's performance is so much inconsistent. Just like for an example, this particular tournament, there are no big players. There is Kenta Nishimoto, Kodai Naraoka, I will say that he's still not that top level player that he can destroy every other players like Shiuchi, like Anderson Thompson. He cannot defeat those players. Of course, he can try his best, but what I want to say is that there are not big players in this tournament. So perfect moment for Low Kinyu, Sen Lakshya, Kenta Nishimoto, every other players who are unable to win in a round of 16 or quarterfinals in Super 1000, Super 750. This is perfect moment for those players. But what happened in yesterday's match? Man, around 19-11 scores or 19-10 scores, at that moment Low Kinyu started playing his best shots. Just like yesterday's my video, I told you that he is having immense amount of potential. After that point, Low Kinyu started performing and he was trying to do a comeback. You gave so many points to Sen Lakshya just doing casual shots, and now you remember to do a comeback in a match when points of your opponents, there was Sen Lakshya in his opponent, 19-10 scores, and now you want to do a comeback. This is not how things works, and this is not how you perform when you have immense amount of potential. Low Kinyu, he is a world champion player. Out of, I will say that, so many players, yesterday I also discussed this thing, that he has so much potential, but when he will use that potential, man, so many casual shots, and I was not impressed by yesterday's gameplay of Low Kinyu. Talking about Kenta Nishimoto, he had a little bit easy match against Thailand player, so I will not talk about much about Kenta Nishimoto's gameplay. But talking about Kenta Nishimoto versus Sen Lakshya's match, one thing that is for sure, head to head is going with Sen Lakshya. He won 3 against Kenta Nishimoto and 2 are won by Kenta Nishimoto and 3 by Sen Lakshya. What I am predicting about this match, or I will say that proper whole tournament, is that any player who were unable to go up to quarters or round of 16, or majority of the players who were losing in round of 32, round of 16 in top rated tournaments like Super 1000, World Championships, or any big tournament 750, players who were unable to go into quarters or semis, they have this perfect moment like Kenta Nishimoto, Kodai Naraoka is going through so many tournaments when he is trying to perform, but he is unable to. So he is not having momentum. So this particular tournament is perfect timing, as majority of the players are more focused on World Tour Finals. Shiuchi, Anders, Kunlaut Wittitsan, all other players are focusing on those tournaments. Of course, World Tour Finals is more important and they are qualified for that too. But talking about Sen Lakshya, Kenta Nishimoto and Kodai Naraoka, anyone, whoever who is winning, it is momentum gaining for them. Of course, as an Indian, I really want to hear Sen Lakshya to win here and go into finals, because last time when he was in semi-finals of Super 500 tournament was last year in All England, as much as I remember. All England is Super 1000 by the way. But after that, majority of the tournament where Sen Lakshya has participated, he almost got lost in round of 32 or round of 16. I'm talking about Super 500, 750 and 1000. He has been into semi-finals of Macau Open, and Macau Open was Super 300. For a long time, Sen Lakshya has this perfect moment to go into finals and even win this tournament. There are no big players, so there won't be any top rated fight in finals too. But Canada Open 2025 winner Kenta Nishimoto will not make this match easy for Sen Lakshya. Comment down below, who do you think is winning this match?